General Sharma, US aircraft carrier Ronald Reagan, super carrier battle group is in South China Sea. Now, is Beijing daring Joe Biden? Is Xi Jinping emboldened by what the US did or didn't do in Ukraine?
So, see, there is a difference between Ukraine and the land borders between Ukraine and Russia and the sea frontier, which is 150 odd kilometers. So to actually get a flotilla ready and amphibious landing ready across, and no amphibious landing has been carried out in the world after the Korean War. Incheon last landing in 50s. So it's a very difficult operation to capture the island. It's a very major task. They have the flotilla, they have the fishing vessels, and they'll collect all this. But to collect all this and get them across on the seashore and then plan it across like a Normandy, like Incheon, is not simple a proposition altogether. There is great amount of caution they is doing. They are now shifting across to Yellow Sea and to Bohai Sea. So they will spread it across for next 1 month. But the fact is, it is largely coercion and they attempt to capture, because see, war has got its own way to move across. So what happens when, say, actually start an invasion across there, it can end up any way. It can also end up wrongly. And that this is not the time for the President of China to get involved into something that may not go in his favor.
This is exactly what was said, Professor Brahmachalani, before Russian forces moved into Ukraine, that, there will be no war, Russian forces will not go in. And on 24th of February, they did. This war has been on for the past 5 months. And all that America did was either give intelligence inputs and, of course, weapons and systems. But Ukraine is suffering. Is Taiwan sailing in the same boat as Ukraine, Professor Brahmachalani? Is China watching what America will do and what America has done or not done in these many days?
Well, in a few days, it'll be the first anniversary of Biden's surrender of Afghanistan to the Taliban, to terrorists. And that surrender has greatly encouraged Russian and Chinese aggression. For example, just weeks after the fall of Kabul, China staged a record number of air intrusions into Taiwan's air defense identification zone.
Yes.
And within 3 months of the fall of Kabul, Russia began massing forces along the borders of Ukraine. So that debacle in Afghanistan presented the US as a declining power. And that has had a huge geopolitical fallout. But I think coming to Taiwan's strategy, the best description of what's happening was provided by the White House 4 days ago, when they said that China is pursuing a quote-unquote boil the frog strategy against Taiwan. Boil the frog. Yep. So you put the frog in water, you slowly raise the temperature gradually. Initially, the frog thinks that this temperature is quite comforting before the frog gets completely fried. So by regularizing crossings of the median line in the Taiwan Strait, by stepping up coercive pressures, and by creating a different status quo, China is already committing aggression against Taiwan.